Oh, I can see that my sound is not moving, so can you put some pluses or minuses to show if you can or cannot hear me well? Should be the right device that I'm using now, and I can see some pluses in the chat. Okay, that is nice. So you can hear me, that's great. I can see a lot of pluses, so I think we can begin. Well, today we're talking about professional development of teachers, and I can see some familiar names in the list of attendees, but just in case, I'll introduce myself. My name is Olga. I'm a teacher and a teacher trainer at Skyeng. I have my own experience in taking CELTA and taken several online courses for teachers. So if you want to hear something, you know, some first-hand experience, we have a special button for those questions. At the top of your screen, you can find it. You can write something there, because in the chat, something might get lost. If you have some questions while we are talking about professional development, feel free to write them anywhere, but something that I can share more, I would like to see in those questions folder. Okay, so now I think we can begin. What are we talking about today is the following. First of all, let's clarify why teachers need professional development. We'll discuss some budget-friendly options and some options that would be investment in yourself. And of course, we'll discuss career prospects. First of all, I would like to ask you what actually you need to learn. For some people, that would be methodology, maybe psychology, maybe... I can see that methodology, psychology. Someone is also choosing English. So methodology is our leader so far, beating psychology by far, by a lot. A couple of people need to improve their time management skills and brush up their English, but mostly you are interested in methodology. And actually it's growing and growing. Methodology and time management. I can see in the chat. That's a good question. Yeah, that would be have a multiple choice question here, but unfortunately we don't have that. So I think we can close our poll now. If you want to choose several options, you can write in the chat. We'll see. And as you can see, the most popular response was methodology. I wonder why. Do people who chose methodology have no prior education in this sphere, or maybe it's not very practical, the education that you got at your universities? So I wonder why we all want to improve methodology. Can you please give me some responses to that? And they can say methodology plus English and plus psychology. So still waiting for some information why it's so relevant. And another question that I have is what prevents you from learning? What doesn't let you learn? Maybe no time. Maybe you don't feel successful enough while learning. And here we'll have another poll. Some people don't have enough time. Some people love learning, and I hope they do. Too much information, difficult to choose. Money. Yeah, that could be a predicament. Yeah, we need to learn some new ways. That is true. So I'm so glad to see that our leader is nothing. I love learning. And the runner-up is I don't have enough time. So those people who don't have enough time, you should improve your time management skills because no one has enough time, unfortunately. But some people just manage to find some creative approaches to, juggling everything that they have to do. Lack of money and time. I saw some other interesting remarks in the chat. Let me see. So mostly money and time. What exactly do we need? What kind of professional development do we need? I suppose that the most relevant responses here would be the following. We want to see something that is chosen by us. And you can agree or disagree with me in the chat. You can add something to what I'm talking about now, or maybe, suggest something that I missed. So chosen by us, it's very important that unlike university, where you actually have no options, you can see, you can compare, maybe you can have a trial lesson on some course and you do something that you want. We want to have something that's relevant for our students, that can be applied immediately, something that we can start using right away. You learn something today and in the evening you practice it with your students and you see how it works. We want professional development that is conducted by professionals with classroom experience, not some scholars who only have academic achievements, who wrote several books and never saw real students. We want something that is innovative and creative. We don't want to read books published in early 20th century. We want more practice and less theory. And we want something that is relevant for a long time, so that we don't have to retrain next year or something like this. So how much do you agree or disagree with me? Don't see any responses in the chat. I hope that you do agree and we can continue. Good news is that even if your budget is tight and you don't have enough time and you cannot spend, a full day studying something, you can actually find some options that are quite flexible, budget-friendly, and stress-free. There are so many resources online that it's difficult even to find a word to describe this quantity. For example, blogs. To be honest, we all waste time reading something online just for pleasure, just to distract, just to spend some time while waiting for something or having a cup of coffee or something like this. Instead of reading something about, what we usually read to spend some free time, we can read some blogs written by teachers, educators, some material developers, and so on. There are so many websites devoted to English teaching and English learning. We can explore them. There are plenty of groups and social networks, and if you are a member of some of them, you can share some links now in the chat. I hope everyone appreciates that. And there are open courses with many participants, sometimes thousands and tens of thousands, that are available online for free. So let's talk about all of them. And let's start with blogs. Sometimes it's not the most exciting way to spend your free time to read some book on methodology, but if you read a blog, it feels like, some relaxing activity. We can read blogs of some gurus of English language teaching, like Scott Thornberry. Maybe some of you read any of his books. Oh, I can see that people can neither hear nor see me. I'll just write a message that it's necessary to refresh your page if you have such problems. Well, we can also explore British Council's blog. A great advantage of it is that there are authors from all over the world, some people who are quite experienced in teaching English in different spheres, different backgrounds, different students, different approaches, and so on. You can have a lot of opinions, from all over the world. Yelena is writing to us that she has a CELTA book by Thornberry. Thornberry is one of those people who are quite famous in the ELT world, and to read his blog is actually as informative as one of his books, but less stressful a bit. There are a lot of good teachers and teacher trainers who are not famous worldwide, but still they have some experience, they have something to share. They're actually one of us, and why not? We can read their blogs too. Like, for example, Sandy Millen. She's not a celebrity in ELT, but she's informative, she's interesting, she's funny. I would recommend reading her. If you have any other links to any other blogs, please share in the chat. Busy Teacher, I'm sure you know this resource for countless worksheets that you can download from their website, but they also have a lot of articles on different topics. And since we're talking about professional development, not about how to make our lessons more interesting or add some variety, I would recommend articles, not only worksheets, but also something to read from there. And our website is also quite a new but interesting resource, and there are some tips, there are some recommendations, some ideas for further studying, some bite-sized tips, so to say, from our school. I would stress that again. If you have anything else to share, please do it in our chat. There are also free courses for English teachers. There are two resources like FutureLearn and Coursera. I've tried both. They're both fun. They're both quite enlightening, and you can really learn a lot, not only from the teachers, but also from your fellow trainees, because they're both built in such a way that people are supposed to communicate. If anyone has similar experience, please share in the chat how useful or useless that experience was for you. I would definitely recommend doing something like this because apart from studying something on methodology, it's also an opportunity to talk to teachers from different countries. Like, for example, one of the courses that I was doing on Coursera, it implied, it was a requirement that you should post at least 2 messages on the forum. And it's good because, you react to someone's ideas, or you write something and someone replies to your thoughts, yes, and you can discuss it further. You can see how people work in different countries, so it's quite a good experience. And actually here I have another question. Is it important for you to get a certificate? Let's see our next poll. Some people prefer doing it for finding a job. Some of you actually, now it's the leader. Yes, even if I have to pay. Or now finding a job. is the leader. That's a very interesting competition. So, as far as I can see now, the first place is if it can help me find a better job, then yes, even if I have to pay. And the third place is yes, but only if it's free. But the majority is ready to pay for a certificate. Which is nice because sometimes on Coursera or different resources we can see the following, that you can study for free, but for the certificate you do have to pay, which is actually not so bad because you studied, someone worked in order to make it happen, so why not pay for it? But actually still there are some resources that give you certificates for free. I got mine for free. So you just need to. Online course is sometimes less influential on your career prospects than something that is widely recognized and more popular and so on. So then what else can we do? We can take international exams. What opportunities does it give us? We can brush up our English, something that some of you have chosen as a sphere for future improvement. We can get a proof of our proficiency, and we can have our own experience to share with our students, because exam preparation courses are quite popular, and the teacher who has done it is more valuable source of information. Anastasia is sharing a good link with us, by the way, some free tickets, but free courses, sorry, free tickets, wishful thinking, but certificates are not free. Anyway, it's interesting to explore. Thank you. We can also take some short-term courses. British Council, International House, some big schools in any city. I'm sure if you try and search, you will find something close to you. Why is it a good idea to take some short-term, or sometimes they call it modular courses, maybe one-day courses with some big school? Because usually there are practitioners, teachers who have several years of experience, maybe in different surroundings with different students, and they practice what they preach, so to say. They show you how to do things that really work. These courses are relatively cheap. You can build connections, especially for us working online. It's quite important to meet some real teachers. Well, not that we are not real or imaginary, right? But some other teachers, since working online, we have only, opportunities like this to communicate like what we're doing now. And we can explore different spheres of VLT. Maybe you have never worked with business English or exam preparation or young learners, and you can go to that course and see that, it's quite interesting. And you can also take a teacher knowledge test known as TKT. What is good here that you can study independently at your own pace, take it when you are ready. Moreover, some schools offer preparation course for that, and you can combine the previous option with this one. These test results are globally recognized. Wherever you are planning to work, you will be able to show your results, and it will be a proof of your knowledge. It's relatively cheap, and it's not very difficult. It's a multiple choice test, paper-based, so you just tick off something, and it's not really difficult to do. If someone has this experience, please share. Now we are coming to the points that are actually investment. That would be, for example, CELTA course. It's a practical course. It takes 120 hours, so 4 weeks of your life of pretty much everything but learning. It's very practical and very full of feedback. You teach real students. You are observed by your trainers and by your peers, your fellow trainees. You get a lot of feedback, which is very constructive, very productive, and really helps you become a better teacher every day. Again, the results are globally recognized. I would say that it's hard, it's work, but it's fun. And if you are thinking of taking this course, you will make the right decision if you decide to do it. We can talk about it more if you have some particular questions about what usually goes on during the course and what is difficult, what is not so difficult, how to prepare and so on. Again, I'm directing you to our questions folder. I would like to see more questions there by the end of my presentation. The next step from there would be Delta. That is something that I'm currently studying for. It takes your career to the next level. And if we look at this picture, we can see that it symbolizes what you are going to do most of the time. You're going to read a lot. There are 3 modules. The first one is an exam. I'm still waiting for my results. I must say that the preparation is quite time-consuming. The exam is very challenging. There's no time to think, just to see the question and immediately know what to write. It's paper-based, which is difficult for us quick typists to write using your pen and to write very quickly. But it's worth it because it gives you a lot of deep understanding of ELT. Then there's face-to-face course, which always sounds like fun because it's nice to teach and to be analyzed and to get some feedback from that. And there is a written assignment that is actually a course design combined with needs analysis and some particular sphere, some specialism as they call it, that you are an expert at. So like I said, you get deep understanding of ELT, a lot of observed teaching practice, and you do your independent research in course design. Or you can choose ELT management and eventually become a director of studies of some school or some other position in school management. So then, what happens if you do some courses, if you do some trainings? What career prospects can you have? Now I would ask you to write in the chat something that would be interesting for you to do, something that you have in mind while studying independently or taking some course, getting some certificates. What exactly do you expect from all of that? Work abroad, or materials design, interesting. Teacher training, online, high levels. High levels and teacher training. Work abroad and high levels again. 136 would be high levels and exams and material design. As you can see, we have a lot of options. All of them are interesting. If you work with high levels, it's challenging, but it's quite rewarding because your English doesn't dry up, let's say. Yes, you don't have to downgrade it too much to the point that you actually forget how to speak English properly. You're only able to give some comprehensible input. If you teach English for specific purposes or business English, it's also interesting because it's something new for you if you've never done it before. It's something where students are usually motivated. They want to achieve good results. They want to do something that they feel is really important for them, so it's easy to work with them. Exam courses, again, you get motivated students, and actually finding a good strategy to pass an exam successfully is quite a puzzle, you know, quite an intellectual game, because you should understand how to listen and figure out what you can be asked about if it's TOEFL preparation where you don't see the task. Yes, what hints can help you, how to use your preparation time before speaking wisely and make good notes. So there's a lot of time management, a lot of guessing games and so on, and usually students like exam courses, and teachers like them too if they know how to do it properly. Work abroad. I wonder if anyone has an experience with that. Maybe someone can share in the chat, because honestly I've never done that. Working online, I'm sure that many of us have this experience. Working online gives you a lot of flexibility. You can teach pretty much anyone. You can work for, actually you can combine working abroad with working online, because you can work for some foreign school and teach people who you don't share any common language apart from English with, which is also another kind of challenge, how to teach without resorting to L1. Materials designed for those who are creative, who can see the perspective, who can understand what exactly students need to do to reach this or that aim. That's also quite interesting. Well, and teacher training, I would say it's really rewarding, because teachers are usually quite motivated to improve their skills. And again, you share something that you do yourself. So it's quite a pleasant experience for everyone, for all the participants of the site. Okay, so I can see some link to another online academy, but no one can share any experience of working abroad, which would be nice. But unfortunately, we don't see anything like this. If you want to look for a job, again, there are a lot of resources for that. Oh, Marina worked in China. So Marina, you can be a co-host today and answer some questions about it. There are some resources where you can find different ELT jobs in different countries. ESL Cafe is one of the most popular. You can see that there are a lot of other resources like British Council and different forums and portals for teachers. Well, actually, if you are registered in LinkedIn, you can find a lot of information there. Don't be afraid to search. Some of them have requirements, just which countries are you a citizen of? And there's a list, and you can only tick off one of them. Well, then this school is not for you, unfortunately, if you're not a citizen of the United Kingdom or the United States or something like this. But for many other websites, many other online schools or offline schools, you can be quite a good candidate. What exactly can we do? We can visit job boards, some of them we've just seen at the previous slide. We can contact schools directly. Don't hesitate. It could be a good experience. Even if you know, your interview is not successful, your first interview is not successful, maybe your second one will, and anyway, it's some experience. You can keep in touch with other English teachers. There are lots of groups and social networks, lots of forums for teachers, websites. So register somewhere, talk to people. They can give you some hints, you know, where to search. I think even now, as you can see that some of us have some experience, you can meet up somewhere online and discuss that experience. Make your resume and cover letter perfect. Of course, nothing is perfect, but you can try, at least close to perfect, something that really attracts your attention. Because to be honest, there are quite a lot of English teachers in the world. Many of them are native speakers, and we non-native speakers should have something that is unique for us if we want to attract attention. We should also be aware of hiring seasons. Maybe you know, in the middle of summer or at Christmas time, it's difficult to find a new job. And whatever happens, smile, keep smiling, keep your chin up. If the first opportunity was not the best one, maybe you can find something later. If you are sure that you're a good teacher, you're talented, you will be successful. As for teaching online, we can talk about two options. You can work for a company and you can be self-employed. If you work for a company, it's more stable. You don't need to search for clients. All of us working here at Skyeng can share some stories how we can get several students in one day. Sometimes the moment you open some free hours in your schedule, you get several students immediately. The school is interested in your professional development, so you can have some training for free. You can communicate with colleagues for free. Sometimes you can even get certificates, again for free. So working for a company is more reliable and less stressful. Some people prefer to be self-employed though. It means that you need to have your own website. It's good for you to maybe write some articles, maybe have a blog, have a group in social networks, let people know that you are there and ready to teach them. You should be aware of the ways to attract clients, to make sure that they don't leave you without any work during some, you know, summer time and other holiday seasons. For some people, still, it's, you know, it gives them more flexibility, more freedom. Some people choose that, and it's good. Some people combine both options, but teaching online is good because you feel free to work from anywhere. You can work from home, you can work from a hotel room when you're on holiday. You can meet different people from different countries. Of course, there are a lot of good opportunities for teachers. Well, this slide says thank you, but it's not the end of our webinar, obviously, because I believe that you have questions. You can write them now everywhere because we didn't have a lot of questions during the presentation, so we can discuss them now. I can see something that we can actually talk about already. Where did you do CELTA? Are there any accommodation life hacks? Well, as for me, I'm from Ukraine and I did CELTA in Kiev. It was almost 3 years ago. As for accommodation, I cannot give you any advice because I was staying with my friend. If you have any questions about the course itself, I'm ready to answer all of them. The presentation is not downloadable, but it will be sent to you. What about the TESOL? Personally, I don't have any experience with it, but it's more or less the same. It's just a different organization that is providing that course. They have a certificate, which is more or less an equivalent of CELTA. Someone is doing it right now. So Olga, if you're doing TESOL right now, so it's like, it was your question. So, well, then please share some experience. Please write in the chat. That would be interesting to know. Yes, you can take CELTA online, but it should be somehow a blended course. I think it's not purely online. Still, you should show some teaching to people. When are you coming back to host educational webinars at Skyeng? Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you because it's not up to me. we may or may not come back to those webinars. We may have something instead, something more practical, but it doesn't mean that I'm not working. I think that soon you will have something new or something old, but something to develop your skills in methodology. Is it possible to take Delta without CELTA? Well, yes, technically yes. It's not a requirement. You should have some experience in teaching, no less than 2 years. I don't know about the first and the third modules. Maybe they're not influenced by CELTA in any way. At least the first one definitely is not. But as for the practical part, the course in developing teaching skills, I think that would be difficult to do. Not impossible, but not easy. Do Skyeng have plans for giving teachers some courses with certificates? Yes. That's one of our plans. I saw some other messages, but I don't see them now. I wonder why. Yeah, it's a pity to hear that those webinars were very supportive. Well, I hope that everything that we do is more or less supportive. The TKT exams, 2 of my offline colleagues did those exams, I think last month. They didn't feel any super level of stress. They said that, well, it's a test. Yes, of course, you should think, you should work, but it was quite a tolerable kind of test, not very difficult, not very pressed for time, so quite easy to do. One of them got the highest band 4. One of them got band 3. Oh, someone did it in December, and it was easy, a good refresher. A big discount for TESOL in Ukraine now, so hurry up. TESOL is also worldly recognized. So if you see that there are discounts and it's easy for you to take this test because it's maybe not test the course because it's maybe taught in your city, and for CELTA you have to travel somewhere, I think it's not a problem at all. It's just important to know that the duration of the course makes a difference. If you're going to apply to some international schools, maybe some international online schools, they will see what the duration of the course was. And if it is less than 120 hours, they might think that you are not qualified enough to teach there. And I think that the TESOL course is like CELTA 120. CPE examination. What do you feel about CPE examination and its value for teachers? It's a Cambridge exam, right? Certificate. I don't know what it stands for exactly. Maybe someone can help me, but it's about proficiency, and CAE is advanced. I've never taken any of them. I think it's a good idea though, because they do not expire. They are relevant forever. If you do take one of them, you can always prove that you have a good level of English, so why not? As for CAE, you can take that one first and then CPE. I think that could be a good idea. What teacher course is it better to start with? Again, depends on your time, money, to be honest. If you're going to take CELTA or TESOL or anything like this, you have to pay. If you're not limited by those, well, I would recommend doing something with teaching practice, with observation, with feedback, something that is not only for reading books and doing some tests, but something where people can see you teach and tell you how you can become a better teacher. Yes, CPE is a certificate in proficiency in English. That's nice. Thank you. And of course, any exam is a good practice. I can absolutely agree with that. And again, if you want to start with something simple, something relatively cheap or maybe free, I would definitely recommend. I took a course from the University of Oregon on Coursera. It is called Shaping the Way We Teach. I can actually write it here. The way we teach. They repeat it every now and again. It has two parts. It's very practical. You have to submit your lesson plans and other teachers review it and write some feedback, and you do the same. They show a lot of videos. You can see how other people teach in different situations, with big classrooms, with not enough resources, and something that you have never seen. It's quite educational, actually. It's not like some boring lecture. One of the courses that I did on Coursera was a really boring lecture and nothing else, and after that a test, and this is it. Here with this Shaping the Way We Teach, it's very practical. Of course it implies some reading and listening, but it's worth it, because you will actually learn something, and something that you can apply immediately, that you can start practicing with your students. Okay, do we have any more questions? While you're thinking about new questions, I can tell you a secret, if it's possible, in this format. That's actually the thing that we're going to do here at Skyeng, something that will involve certificates. It will also include some observation. Of course, it's difficult to do online, but at least you will be able to watch some videos, how other teachers teach, how this or that part of the lesson can be presented, and so on. Not so much talking, a lot of observing and practicing. So maybe there are more questions. Yeah, that would be great indeed. No, I suppose we're all looking forward to it, but it's a bit too soon to talk about it. That's not the nearest future, but it's definitely going to happen. So, do you have any more questions? Coming from Ukraine, what do you think about our school curriculum contents? That's a good question indeed. I've never been a school teacher, apart from my school-based practice when I was a student myself. I have 2 school children, though. I have no idea what their school curriculum contents could be, but I think it depends on teachers, because as far as I know, our school curriculum has some basic competencies. It doesn't say you have to do dictation translation every lesson. And teachers do what they were taught to do, or what all their colleagues do, or what is easy to do. I don't know what other motivation they could have, but sometimes as I can see from my children's experience, they do things that are not the most productive and efficient. But it's not about the curriculum. The curriculum is very flexible, and it actually says the right things, that they should be able to develop reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills. How exactly to do it, it's up to the teacher, but unfortunately teachers choose not the best ways. Okay, do we have any more questions? Can't find shape in the way we teach at Coursera for some reason. Yes, because it's not always there. They don't teach it, you know, around the clock. They repeat it from time to time. And maybe you should check later. Maybe they repeat. I don't know how often they repeat it, but maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. But it's a nice course. I actually heard about it from a colleague who did it a year before me. So maybe it's just once a year that they repeat it. I don't really know. Well then, maybe once per 6 months. Maybe. I don't know. I never checked after I finished. What do I think about future long courses? I did only one about IELTS preparation. It was quite easy, but it was not bad. It was good. How long is it? How long is what? Veronica, can you specify? Well, if it's about our shaping the way we teach, it was several weeks. I don't remember, 5 or 6. If you mean something different, then please specify. Oregon course. Yes, it's 5 to 6 weeks, something like that. Okay, if you don't have any questions, then I would like to thank you all for being here today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. It's nice to see some familiar names in the chat. So thanks for your active participation. Good luck with your teaching. Have a good day and hope to talk to you soon again. Bye.